Dance with me. Talk to me. The sun, the stars, the moon. Open your eyes. You're beautiful. Don't cry. I love you. I miss you. I need you. I'm lost without you. Look into my eyes. Tell me what I can do. Keep me safe. Dance with me.
Alrighty, can you guys hear us? Just a quick mic check.
How's it going, you guys? Let's get some thumbs up in the chat. Tell us if you can hear the music properly, if you can hear our voices, if the music is too loud.
And good morning, good morning, good morning. We don't have Krisha's face anymore. Get her face on.
How's it going, you guys? How's it going? Happy Friday.
There we go. That's much better.
I'm gonna keep the chat open.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Okay, perfect. All right, people can hear us loud and clear.
All right.
How's everyone doing?
So today I got some backup reinforcements because my mouth is still killing me. It's not as bad as yesterday, but I can't not come here for you guys. Not at these junctures. There's too many important things to talk about. One of them being Bitcoin's resistance levels that we talked about in the Discord, but you guys are too lazy to keep up with the Discord, so I'm come here to just show you guys what we were talking about. Cardano as well, doing fantastic. So we're going to do an update on... I gave you guys the bid. Do you guys get in? We'll talk about that and whether or not you guys should get in today. And Kusha's going to give us her thoughts on KASPA.
Oh yeah, no, I mean I published a dedicated
Well, you're going to give your
video.
thoughts again.
Okay, fine. All right,
All
fine,
right.
guys. We'll be going over KASPA
Gonna
again.
drive it into us by being redundant over and over again.
All right, let's do it.
Just tell us, buy or sell.
Hey now, come
Buy
on.
or sell. That's all we want to know. We don't.
Nothing yet. Right now, it's a stalemate. I'll say that.
Ajesh got into Cardano. Good trade. Easy trade, right? Easy trade, not because it's easy to make the profits, because it's easy to get out of your trade if you know you're wrong, right? What makes a trade difficult is when you don't know whether you should get out or not. That's what makes things difficult.
Yeah.
And that Cardano was a really easy buy over there. Do you guys want to start with Cardano? Mox, it's good morning indeed. Probably made some good money today.
All right, spam it, guys. Bitcoin or Cardano? Bitcoin or ADA? Spam your favorite coin. I already know what Shervin's gonna say.
You gotta sit back so they can see your beautiful face. Can you guys hear her if she's sitting there? Sit back. Alright?
Can you guys...
She never comes on stream, and the one time she does, she's hiding behind the mic. It's like when we watch horror movies, guys. She watches horror movies like this. I shit you not. Like this. she hides behind her phone. And she'll do things like this.
Oh yeah. Is there any other way to watch a horror movie? What?
I've been waiting years for The Nun 2 to actually come out. And now it's finally out and she won't watch it with me. Or she'll watch it like this.
Just one eye. Let's see what everyone's saying. Alrighty, so we got dollar coin. Of course, you know, Mark just has to just go astray. He's like, Cardano, Bitcoin. He's like, nope, dollar. Bitcoin, ADA, Crazy Noodles says ADA. I think you said ADA. You said PADA. If you didn't make money on Sol this week, then you live under a rock. Multiple ways to make money, man. So many coins are running right now. Caught Sol last week and rode from... Okay, good for you. Congratulations.
Brother, we've been in Sol from 8 weeks ago. You're late to the game. I'll show you where we've been in Sol from.
I did a dedicated video telling you guys... I mean, I even showed you guys the trade. I got into the trade in front of you.
Over here, we've been telling people, don't do... Let's go into the charts. But
Okay.
since we are penis wagging over here online, let's penis wag some. Like around 8 weeks ago, how long ago was this? We said, hey guys, those of you who are doing the Bitcoin ETH allocation, whatever allocation that you guys have into ETH, it would be better to allocate towards Solana instead. And as we see these moves go to the upside, start taking profits at these levels here. And I drew this out 8 weeks ago. Where do you see your first resistance? Huh? What do you guys know? TA works. Right over there. Right?
Sol is looking freaking fantastic though.
Sol's a better trade over ETH.
Yeah.
Right? So for now, and then you start taking profits into ETH as you start reaching these levels. And if you go look at what ETH is doing now ETH will start showing its strength,
Yeah.
right? Because of that rotation from Sol profits towards ETH at the Sol ETH pairing, right? So I had a thesis there. I could have been wrong, but we started seeing that thesis play out, right? And that's how you trade. And then you can brag about it like we are right now, for clout.
I'll be back in like 30 seconds.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go.
Dance with me. Talk to me.
Oh, okay, man. I feel terrible now.
Look into my eyes. Hold my hand. Dance with me.
The fight card says, haha, sorry, just excited for some green trades, not bragging. It's completely fine to be excited about your trades and be happy, etc., etc. I just read your text wrong or your message wrong, so you're trying to put down the rest of the community. My bad. I get protective about the community, man.
Dance with me. Dance with me.
Sit down. Kusha's trying to run away, guys. Okay, Kusha, what do you want to start with?
I say let's start with Bitcoin. Let's try and find out what Bitcoin's up to, and then we can sort of circle into the altcoins. But I think one eye on the market leader right now, because I mean we're at a very pivotal sort of point in the cycle, right? Where we're getting into the initiation of the markup phase. So this is where your eye should be on the market leader right now.
Okay, so market leader, this is all you guys need to watch, in my opinion. I posted this on the Discord. We have a rising channel. I'll zoom in for you guys. I said, guys, this is the biggest risk at the moment. Okay, this was like a couple of days ago, I think. Yesterday. Yeah, this was yesterday. I said this is the biggest risk at the moment. We have a rising channel into monthly resistance. This green horizontal over here is monthly resistance, right? Only time will invalidate this, so we need to give Bitcoin time. Okay, in my opinion, right now, Bitcoin should be left alone. I don't think you should be looking to FOMO into Bitcoin at these levels. I'll tell you guys exactly why very, very soon. It's better to be looking into all coins for easier opportunities in and out, and one of those was Cardano, right? And we can see how Cardano has done so well off our support zone. We'll come back to this very, very soon. Let's go on over to Bitcoin and see what's going on over there. Let's find a clean chart. Okay, yeah, this is where I drew out the resistance, the rising channel into resistance. Where's this resistance coming in from? It's coming in from monthly levels, right?
Yeah.
Easy, right? This is one of our favorite trades. Rising channel into higher, lower time frame, rising channel into higher time frame resistance, or lower time frame, falling channel into higher time frame support. This is the reverse of what you'd want to see bullishly, right? Essentially, this is bearish. This is not what you want to usually. You don't want to be buying into this. Now, if you turn on your Ichimoku as well, high horizontals, you can see that right over there, we came and smacked right up against the Kijun. Easy. Yeah. You don't want to be buying into this, right? My concern is if you're going over to BLX, my concern, which is why I'm asking everyone to wait over here, is could Bitcoin, this is not, let's go. I want a clean chart, give me a second. Like, if you look at the last time Bitcoin did something like this, guys, over here, right? It's very reminiscent to this area here, where we had a nice big green candle into Kijun Tenkin, where the Kijun was above the Tenkin, right? Just like how we have it over here, right? The red line's the Kijun, guys, the blue line's the Tenkin. We have the, let me just delete everything.
Man, historically that's worked out so well.
Yeah.
It's worked out so freaking well.
So the Kijun's over the Tenkin, right? You can see the red line here, that's the Kijun, right? Same story over here, guys, right? You want the Tenkin to be above the Kijun for max confirmation, we have that bounce to the upside into the Kijun. We don't want to be buying into it until you start seeing price consolidate above both Tenkin and Kijun, or the Tenkin moves over Kijun and price over Kijun. We don't even have any of the criteria yet. You don't want to be buying into this. Price is underneath the Kijun, Tenkin is under the Kijun. You want to give this time, which means waiting an entire month, in my opinion, before you see a opportunity on Bitcoin. This has the risk of, like I said, going back into what we talked about, I know no one wants to hear this, but the truth is we have a rising channel. I'll just switch to the chart. I have it drawn out here, right? Is it here? Over here? Yeah, there. Rising channel into resistance, and I just showed you guys the Kijun as well. So this is not the setup I like. This is not where I would like to be buying Bitcoin. We like Bitcoin throughout this region over here. Nope. This is no go for me. No go. Just wait. Be patient now. We need time, or we need price to make a big impulsive move. One of the two. Okay? One of the two. Alina's like, be nice to Kisha. Kisha, am I not nice to you?
Alina's looking out for me. Cheers, Lena. What was I gonna say? So, and this is also key. There's one other thing in terms of the cloud now, because it's a monthly level. We could very well see price actually shoot up through the month of well, we're in November, but only to get rejected at higher prices. So that is a plausible sort of play as well. And that's something that we saw in the last cycle, where price shot up, but only to close the monthly underneath that monthly Kijun, I believe. So, yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think?
I think that's something to be mindful of for those of you trading on leverage, especially.
Yeah.
I was talking. Yeah, the wicks on. Yeah.
So you can see how it's very similar, right, Krisha?
Yeah, it is.
It's crazily similar.
And I'm talking about even these wicks right here, right? Even though this one got rejected off of the Tenkin, what was that move just on the shadow, just on the wick of that candle, right? What was that? That was a good 27% to the upside. So price actually rallied 27% in that month, but only for it to sell off and close underneath the Tenkin. Right, so we could see price action like that, and I'm just well, I just wanted to mention it that way you guys are prepared, and you have your risk management variables, placed in the right way. You're accounting for all of these things happening on the chart.
So what do you think, though? Do you think Bitcoin pulls through here, or we see price do something very similar to what happened over here? Because remember, over here too, people were completely discounting how severe the COVID pandemic or epidemic could have gotten, right? We are looking at what? I think this was Feb, right? Leading into Feb. We had a big macro situation unfolding, and people were saying, yeah, it'll get better, and it got worse. Now we have another big macro situation unfolding over here, and people are like, it'll get better, it could get worse. If you think about the narrative and the story, we have something very similar. And I think the charts will tell us, or the charts are telling us, that the market isn't all that confident that things are going to get better.
Right. So, and that's the thing. I feel like many people are looking towards like the global landscape right now to get a grasp on what price is going to do. And oftentimes I feel like I just shoot myself in the foot doing that. There are just so many freaking variables out there, and all of those variables have different externalities. Like one thing may lead to another, It's very difficult to account for everything happening and then that reflecting on the chart, right? And this is where I like to employ this sort of thing of, okay, let's put a poll. Can you actually put a poll in there? Okay, let's get some answers. What do you guys think right now is the direction of most pain? Is it to the upside?
That's a good point.
Or is it to the downside? How many people have their positions? Just how many people have their positions? And I think based on that, we can get a grasp on where the pressure is really going to come in at.
That's a good question.
If price dumps, okay, anyone who's left without their position, what's their inclination? What are they likely going to do? Well, if I'm left without position, I'm just gonna be like, whoa, price is giving me an opportunity to get in at, I don't know, 30K. I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna take it, right? It looks like a level to me, right? So I'm gonna jump in. So, and that's the question that I have. What is the direction of most pain? According to you guys, is it to the upside or to the downside?
That's a good point. Because you think there are lots of people waiting to bid.
Yeah.
And we didn't have that there. I don't think there were lots of people waiting to bid here. That's not true though. The pain wasn't that price goes down over here. The pain was the price goes down further than people think.
The pain, okay, I'll tell you what I felt there, Okay, now I went through this viscerally. You can actually go back to some of the videos on the channel and just look at my mindset, because I had a huge bias. And where did my bias really stem from? It stemmed from recency bias. I was looking at the previous cycle and I was trying to figure out what price is likely going to do based on what the previous cycle did. And all I saw based on the previous cycle is that it just went up in like one rapid sort of run, right? And that's what I was anticipating. I was excited for it. So if you tell me at that point that, hey, no pressure, you're not getting a cycle like that, I'm disappointed. Right? For me, the direction of most pain was going to be to the downside. It was not going to be to the upside, because I was anticipating upside just based on recency bias. Right? So it's about understanding these psychological variables, because it's in the psychological variables can you understand where people likely going to FOMO.
Feel the pain or FOMO. So I see your point. There's going to be bids.
Yeah.
Okay. But let's ignore all of that for now and you tell me, being the pattern queen, you tell me, where does this rising channel take us if we break down?
Oh, it'll take us to the bottom. It takes us to the bottom pretty much, because if you have to really look at the measured move of the channel, right? Let's go ahead, take the measured move, plot it on the break, potential break. Okay, let's say it breaks here.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's be reasonable about these things.
What, March? So it'll take 3 months to break down conveniently, because she doesn't want the lows to get hit. Right? We'll put in a new low, maybe? Or no, not really.
I think something really drastic has to happen at that point. I think something on our external landscape might happen. Something to do with the wars, or some other external sort of force that's going to come. And it's not just going to be Bitcoin. I think it's going to affect markets across the board. But if we get a test of the lows again, and especially for the thing is that Bitcoin, unlike the 2014 cycle, Bitcoin has matured quite a bit. You know, the technology has matured, the market participants have matured, and as well as, you know, the accessibility to and the acceptance of Bitcoin. So these are all variables that we got to consider. So if price comes down, I think it's going to be like a market-wide thing.
I don't know. I feel like this is bearish.
I mean, like I said, it could be.
We need to, I want to see this area clear. Okay, what I want to see is this. I want to see if we even do come down. I want to see this level hold with conviction. I want this to turn into, oh hey, this isn't a rising channel. Instead, this was an ascending triangle, right? And I'm coming up with all of this on the spot, by the way, guys. And we are testing and go up. You see that? That'd be bullish. But we got to guard against our biases right now. I'm biased to the upside. I'm positioned for the upside because I'm playing this edge to edge trade, right?
Yeah.
I'm playing that, guys. So even though I'm being bearish over here, you guys need to understand that I'm positioned bullishly. I'm playing for this, and I'm trying to check myself by pushing the bearish side of things so that we are all guarded and mentally ready to start positioning for when we start seeing the signs.
Yeah.
Right? You guys may not like what I'm saying, but it will protect you, and that's all I care about. That's all we care about.
Yeah.
Right? So I agree that the market participants have matured, etc., etc., but they'll play the TA. The mature market participants will be like, oh wait, we're losing 25k. I'll just reposition down for 20k, 16k, because we held 25k for this zone too, right? Any candle close underneath 25k, guys, that's a GG. That's everyone saying, okay, I'm going to reposition for the lows.
Yeah. So I'll say this. If there's anything that we learned from the previous cycles, is that price action will trump everything else. I know it sounds like a freaking cliche right now. It sounds like a broken record, but trust me, every time you feel like, oh no, there's some external event that you want to pay more attention to, and will take that and form your biases based on that, honestly, you look back at the charts historically, you're just like, damn it. Had I just followed the TA, it would have kept me on the right side, even when it came to these black swan events, even like COVID. Okay, it still kept you on the right side there, and it got you out of your trades on freaking time. All right, so if there's anything that's a heat to, it's heat to price action. Because, yeah, while there's upside, there's downside. But hey, the market can also range sideways.
Okay.
Then what?
So if it goes sideways, bullish or bearish?
I think bullish.
Yeah.
I think bullish.
I agree. I totally agree. That's exactly what I said here too, right, guys? I'm like, only time will invalidate this. This is being bearish, right? Only time will invalidate this. And that's not entirely true, because there's something else that could invalidate this, and that's a big impulsive move to the upside before the month closes. That could invalidate this too. But for now, we need to be concerned about this until we see either time play out or an impulsive move play out. So coming from probably the biggest Bitcoin bulls in crypto, we are saying don't be bullish over here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the time to have been getting your bids in was like earlier this year, even mid this year, when we were saying that, hey, you know what, we're likely hitting the cycle bottom, you know, consider, manage your risk off of XYZ levels. That was the time. Now we're up against solid freaking monthly resistance. This is not the time to be jumping in to your positions, not here at the very least. It's a different thing if you're adding to your long-term positions, but as far as building it here, I think now's not the time. We could potentially see a pullback.
Marin says, this is so great hearing you guys free associating like this. Very instructive. Hey man, I'm glad you are enjoying this. We'll try to do one of these every week.
Yeah,
Kusha.
yeah. It's fun for us too.
Yeah. Kusha, you guys can see that Kusha and I are not always on the same page. We're often on opposing sides of the fence. And sometimes people will say, oh, hey, how convenient. One of you is bullish, one of you is bearish. And other times people are saying, oh, this is a perma bull channel. And other times they're like, this is a perma bear channel. No,
it's difficult, by the way, when we're under the same roof and we have different sort of insights on the chart and we're on opposing sides. It gets very, very difficult. That's when, you know, the biases really hit you.
Yep.
So you need someone to check you constantly.
Jelly Wan Perlo, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, man. I'm sorry if I butchered it. He says, I think the crypto market will see a correction before the real bull market. Thoughts? Okay, so when you say correction, how deep are you talking about? When you're talking about correction, are you talking about correction to the upside? Because the correction to the upside, and then the bull market start because people finally capitulate. So, yeah. At the moment, you got to guard against downside because this is, through a technical analysis perspective, this is not the area to be bullish. That's what I can say. But Kusha has a really good point that far too many people are waiting for a correction, and that is my only reason for saying, you know what, over here we may see continuation, but the TA is not telling me that. Ajesh says, we could go to the top of the weekly cloud and then dump. So okay, this is multi-time frame analysis, right, guys? What Ajesh is saying is that we could definitely make the final stretch. This is such a short move, right? And this is our trade thesis from here, from all the way back in November, December. We positioned for this move here, right? I'll show you guys as some bragging rights. Follow me, by the way, on Twitter. I posted this all the way back, and go watch the videos. But I said in Jan how it started and how it's going, and I posted screenshots of a screenshot from November, right? And I said target 124k, target 2, top of the cloud. Okay, watch how things have played out, guys.
This was prescient, guys. This was prescient. And this is what I was telling you, that the time to have been buying was when Sean actually put out these graphics on his trade setups on Twitter. All throughout that time, we're looking at more upside for Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Right? And this was freaking, look at the call on this, guys. 24k, target 1, met. Target 2, we're on our way to target 2. That was freaking amazing. Props on that.
and the thing about Mango is that we're always trying to keep a level head, and people don't like that, right? People either want to be way too bullish or way too bearish. Like if I say, hey, $42,000 is as far as we're looking, the bulls hate us.
Yeah.
Right? If I say, hey, 16,000, 17,000, I think the bottom's here, the bears hate us. So being in the middle, right? You either want to be an optimist, a complete crazy optimist on YouTube to get all the subscribes, or you got to be a crazy pessimist to get all the subscribes. Being in the middle is where you make the money, though, right?
Yeah.
So you guys got to be boring that way, I guess. So when even over here on my Twitter, I say target to 42K is still a long way to go. This was when we hit 24,000. I'm gonna show you guys something else. I said right here. I said patience is difficult, guys, but it pays. Ignore the $100,000 calls for now. The plan is still the same. As long as the 1 week cloud is red, the trade is only till $42,000. Caution after that. The cloud is still red, guys. The cloud is still red, and we're almost to our target. This is not where the trade is anymore. You do not trade just for this move when your downside is this. This is asymmetric returns to the losses side. You have asymmetric losses here, right? If you don't get out of your trade. I mean, you could say, hey, if I don't see immediate continuation, I'm out. But this is not the kind of trade you want to take because you only have like 7% or something here, and your downside is like a 30% move. So over here though, when I was talking about it, it was completely the other way around, right? $16K to $42,000. My downside was nothing. If we broke that symmetrical triangle over here, I'm out of my trade. Ascending triangle, I'm out of my trade, right? But what was my return if I end up being right? 150%. What was my return if I'm wrong? A few percent, 10, 11%. I love those trades. Those are mango trades. They're not easy.
But they keep you stress-free.
Yeah, keep you stress-free.
Love it. So yeah, this is the DL on Bitcoin. Now I'm sure everyone's waiting on Cardano.
Let's go.
Cardano looks
so
freaking
I'll
fast.
give you guys my thoughts on Cardano. It was very, very simple. I was really bummed that I missed my trade of these lows over here. Okay, these are weekly levels, right? I talked to you guys about it, and I'm saying, okay, guys, we're going to have a new bid opportunity that we're going to be looking towards. There's one over here and one zone over here, right? Where do we get this zone from? Very, very simple trading strategy. You can use it on all altcoins, so pay attention. Find whatever trend indicator you guys like, okay? I like to use a combination of the Mango Dynamic as well as the Ichimoku, you guys know that. And the first retest of the 12-hour trend is a buy. While Cardano was there, before we saw the pump, I'm like, guys, this is a bid opportunity. That's a buy zone. I marked it out for you guys. And look at that reaction. That's telling me the market is respecting this trend breakout. Okay? Look at that reaction. I could have been wrong, but if I'm wrong, I just exit here. Right? We're not trying to be right on every trade. We're trying to minimize our losses when we are wrong, and then when we are right, we're like, what do you know? It's working out. It's working out. So yeah, Cardano doing well now. What are your thoughts, Kusha?
Weekly.
Yeah,
I mean,
have the mouse.
I showed you guys the pattern within the pattern. Oh, beautiful.
These are my
guys.
levels. These are my levels.
This is very beautiful.
Get to take a screenshot.
Go ahead, take a screenshot. This is beautiful.
Do you remember you got shit for Cardano?
Yeah.
People gave Kusha shit for Cardano for calling the top over here, right? Around $2, $2.50. She's like, guys, I think this is done. She got a lot of hate. Okay, now recently she's been doing Cardano videos and she's getting hate for being bullish on Cardano. It's just a couple people. Most people are very, very happy with the bullish Cardano. I'll say that. I actually really like the Cardano community. I think they're one of the strongest communities even throughout the entire bear market. It's been a lot of pain for them, but they're here. And that's the thing, it's very difficult, you know, especially the market reversals, but you gotta call a spade, and I'm always gonna try and keep you guys on the right side. If you're here with Mango, I'm gonna try and keep you guys on the right side, okay, to the best of my ability. Now, as far as Cardano is concerned right now, this is actually looking really, really good. Right, because what we're seeing here is that this weekly candle is threatening to close over the dynamic indicator, and that dynamic is one of those indicators that we've been using now, well, for the entirety of the bear market to keep us on the right side, right? Every test of the dynamic was met with rejection until we got here. I actually jumped into a trade, believe it or not, but hey, we lost the dynamic. I took a bit of a loss on there. I exited stress-free, okay?
But once again, we're up against that dynamic resistance, threatening to reclaim it. Now, this is where things get very interesting. And why is that? Because the last time in my last Cardano update with you guys, I showed you a pattern within a pattern within a pattern. And Sean, Cardano has, it's a pattern queen's chart right now, guys. Okay, so just to show you what's going on here, we got a W-like formation, by the way, that's threatening to break out. The measured move to which comes in right here at around 0.32 cents. Okay, we start closing. That weekly takes out.
So the measured move of the W has already been met, pretty much.
The smaller W?
Yeah, the smaller W.
Yeah. That's already done. That's done and dusted. It's over.
So what she's looking at, guys, is a W, but within that W, there's a smaller W on the right-hand side of the W.
So any pattern that's already played out, I'm not gonna bother with that. I'm not gonna bring that to your attention. I want to focus on the ones that have yet to trigger.
So triple W.
Oh yeah, so there's one small one right here.
Okay.
This is a bigger one, and then there's a massive one. If you guys did not catch it, there's one right here as well. Can I just move your
it's a win within a win? We should get at least a 300% trade on this.
It's like win. It's a winner, guys.
It's
but
W
yeah,
for
that's
win
the W.
and for murder.
Yeah. So that's the thing. If this one triggers, we go up to the neckline of the bigger one. Right, so it's a very, very neat trade setup.
Okay, so what's the measured move for?
I think you have it here.
The big M. Sorry, the big W.
I think you have it right here. 94 cents.
It's 94 cents?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Look at the symmetry on that. Wow, it's perfect.
Yeah. Confluence, guys.
Yeah. You guys should watch Krisha's Cardano video. And when it comes to levels, right? If you guys have to ever choose between Krisha's levels or my levels, pick Krisha's levels. She puts a lot of effort into finding like levels that everybody else misses, and she's 99.9% of the time right. I don't know how she does it.
Okay, I'm not always that right, but hey, in module 5 of the Sprouts program, I'm going to be teaching you essentially spilling the beans on how I come up with those levels and the technique that I use to come up with those levels.
Oh yeah,
so I am excited for that.
Let's show them your Sprouts. And okay, so Krisha has been working on a course. It's currently in early bird access, where you get 50% off the course, and you also get to shape future modules of the course. I think 5 modules are already out, right? 5 modules or 4? Or module
4
5?
modules are out.
Okay, and the
5
5th module
is
coming out.
coming up.
Okay, and yeah, you guys get a crazy discount for being an early bird, as well as get a opportunity to shape the future of the course. But this discount is a bit too crazy. So are you going to be increasing the price at least when you release module 5, which I really think we should?
I've been giving you so much shit
This
for
is a
this,
bit
guys.
ridiculous. Because you guys, those of you who are on the Sprouts program, you guys know how much effort she's been putting into it. You guys know that this is ridiculous, right? And there's so much more to come.
Yeah, I'm very excited for the next one, guys. I'm very excited for module 5. This is where, we really start packing a punch. Everything starts getting actionable.
So you're going to give away your secret sauce on how to...
Yeah. So, yeah. I hope you guys are as excited as I am. I'm so excited to spill the beans. Here's my edge, guys.
You don't need the mango dynamic for the Cardano trade, in my opinion. Not to the upside at the very least. In the bear market, it might be a little bit more useful, or on any dips, you will if you see an aggressive dip and it comes down to the weekly dynamic, that'll be a good bid opportunity. But I'll let you guys know when that happens. I'll be like, hey guys, that's what we did for Bitcoin too, right? For Bitcoin, I was like, every time we got a bid opportunity on Bitcoin on the weekly dynamic, I'm like, guys, this is the level. Note it down. We gave you guys the level week after week after week as the mango dynamic was updating itself. Every Monday we came out and gave you guys the levels. And we got bearish over here when we closed underneath, right over here, this entire region. Like, I got bearish at the very least. I had to follow my rules. We claimed it again, flip, bullish. You can see how it got supported. So we gave you guys the levels, so that way you guys don't have to worry about it. And in my opinion, just stick with that for now.
The poll, Sean, direction of most pain. Everyone, 56% of people said the direction of most pain is to the upside.
Yeah, I think you guys are right.
Yeah.
I think you guys are right. Okay, so Cardano, I want to like wrap up at Cardano's targets, 40 cents to the upside, 94 cents after that.
Yeah.
And then, in my opinion, okay, the reason I started really liking Cardano, even though it had no momentum, guys, was because this is a 10x trade opportunity. Look at that, 10x.
It's beautiful. And I think Cardano, the Cardano hodlers, they deserve the win at this point. There's been a lot of pain. Cardano, I feel like, was one of those altcoins that barely got many, you know, the relief rally on Cardano was very, very lackluster. So it was the origin of the start of a lot of pain for many people.
There's some folks saying that there's better trades to be had versus Cardano, and I completely agree with that. If you're trading based on momentum, there are better trades. But if you're looking for a big win, you don't want to wait for Cardano to become a better trade and then have a momentum trade. You don't want Cardano to turn into a momentum trade before you get in, because at that point, let's say you're buying at 50 cents, right? Above the zone here. Your trade goes from a 10x to a 5x, which is, well, 6x, which is still really, really good. Right, but I much rather get this win over here. Okay, that's drastic. That's a 10x.
Yeah.
Go on.
Also, guys, I want you guys to look, if you're building your portfolio of cryptocurrencies besides Bitcoin, I'll say this: just it's a portfolio. Okay, I don't think they're all supposed to outperform each other, because in an attempt. Say you have a friend who's also, you know, trading cryptocurrency, and they're like, oh, I got into this coin, check out my gains. And while you are also riding some pretty decent gains, it's not as much as your friends, and then you FOMO into that coin, and then you find yourself jumping in and out of positions. Okay, every coin is not supposed to outcompete the other one. Okay, your general sort of goal is to make sure that you are outperforming what? The shitcoin US dollar. Okay, at the very least. And also inflation. Okay? So as long as you're doing that, because your account can die with a death by 1,000 cuts. Just jumping in and out of positions because, well, you are trying to one-up your neighbor. Okay, so just make sure you're checking yourself in that regard as well. You're not always supposed to be outperforming the best coin in the crypto sphere.
You know, I got a quick framework that we could use. I just thought of it though. I haven't put any effort into it. I think what we could do, what we should do, is look at these three baskets. Look at Dixie. Look at SPY, right? Oops, not SPY. We look at SPY and look at NASDAQ. Okay, NDQ. Okay, now look to see out of these three which one is performing the best, but your trade in crypto should just outperform that.
Yeah,
that is what your benchmark is. Don't try to beat every coin in crypto. Don't try to be the best performer in crypto. You'll drive yourself insane. You'll be jumping in and out. You'll be feeling depressed, even though you're getting richer than your entire peer group, your family, your friends in real life. You look at other people in crypto on Twitter getting richer than you, and you feel depressed and you make a stupid move. And then you look back at yourself and you're like, man, I had it good. Why did I throw it away? Because you're comparing yourself to the winner of the winners within a very small cohort of crypto folk who are all taking extreme risk.
Yeah.
You just need to beat the best performers within these three, in my opinion, and you're doing well in life. Right? I quickly thought about this, so I put some more thought into it, but it could be a good framework for us. Do you guys agree?
I like that because it sits in line with the whole the risk element that you brought up in one of your previous live streams.
Yeah.
You know, people going farther out the risk curve.
Yeah. Because you could just be allocating into one of these three, right? Black says, but both yields are dropping and the Fed is not going to issue many high yield bonds. Not sure I understand what Jay Powell is describing. What did he say? Maybe I can help if I... So from what I understand, I didn't watch the entire FOMC meeting because I had to go to bed, but he did talk about the 10-year yield, and he said that The 10-year yield is not a concern for him, or rather he's not going to be using it to make any monetary policy decisions until he sees that it persistently stays at that range. Okay, so he wants to see that the 10-year, let's go and show you guys the 10-year. Okay, the 10-year made a big move, right, into our resistance level. You see that scribbly, and it stopped right there. TA works even in TradFi. Okay, learn TA, guys. Again, this is your opportunity. Mango Sprouts course. It will save you for everything else in your life, everything, including TradFi. When you make your millions and millions and millions in real life, you can go use it to allocate towards the boring TradFi markets. Okay, it works. Look at what we drew out. A measured move, guys. This measured move came in from our bull flag here.
Holy shit. Yeah.
And it freaking stopped right at the break, right? You draw it from the break, stopped right there. Anyways, we are talking about Jay Powell and what he talked about in regards to the 10-year. He said that he's not going to be using the 10-year yield to make any monetary policy decisions until he sees that it persistently stays here. Why? Because he doesn't want the market to be pushing up yields only because they think that he's raising rates. He wants to be certain that the market is pushing up yields because the market thinks rates should be there, right? So he kind of hinted that, hey, I may not push up rates anymore. I may stop here. And the market's reacting like this. Does that make sense? Kusha, any questions on that?
No, I have, none from my end.
Let's go look at the CME watch tool. So for the next meeting, the market is pricing in a 90% chance that the Fed doesn't raise again. You guys can see? This wasn't that, by the way. This was sitting at around 25%. It has now decreased. So market initially was pricing in around a 25% chance that the Fed raises next meeting. But after his meeting, after his FOMC, it's now gone down to 9%. You can see 1 week ago, right here, was 20%. 80% current. No, yes, it's current. Make sense, Black? Does that help? Ajay says, I really like that you brought this up, Tusha. There's a group of us trading last bull run, and I'm the only one still trading. Yeah. They made loads more than me, but they lost it all. We know.
Wow.
We know.
Ajay, but no, that's a huge achievement, by the way.
A huge achievement. Congratulations.
Congratulations. In fact, congratulations to all of you who have, managed to live through that previous bear market. You have essentially outperformed some of the biggest freaking pompous douchebags who made a lot of money. Okay, all of that Suzu, everyone out there, you outperformed all of those guys. Okay, yeah. And you're still here. You live to fight another cycle. Right? So that's,
well done, buddy.
Yeah,
well done.
Really, really good. And I'm glad that you like that I brought that up, because let's face it, for anyone who's sort of lasted through the cycles, we know that the real game is in this meta game of trading, right? It's all in the psychology. It's all in how you look at these things, right?
And not just looking at the charts, it's how you perceive your internal world within the crypto space as well as your external world. If you get too caught up with the people within your circle in the crypto space, you'll get hurt, guys. Trust me, you'll get hurt. One of the best things I did in 2018 to 2021 was let everyone else make more money than me and me say, I don't care. Yeah, I'm happy that you guys are making money. I'm happy you guys are taking all that risk and being rewarded for it. Great. It's just great. I'm not going to get sucked into it because it's not... Was it easy? No. I watched a lot of people make a lot of money, but then it all began to collapse.
Yeah.
And they were too caught up into everything because they were competing with each other within this cohort of crypto people. Don't do that. Don't do that. They were all trying to beat each other. Turned it into a PvP game.
That's a good comparison.
Kusha, answer this question to Fight Card, where he says, I heard yesterday that BTC completely depegged from traditional markets. You're hearing that now, by the way. Is this true in your opinion? When was I saying this?
Oh, and it's so funny that you mentioned this. In fact, you're the proper person to actually answer this question, because I brought up a similar sort of statement to Sean, and Sean's like, was like, it has nothing to do with it. There is no freaking relation there whatsoever. When you're looking at Bitcoin, don't look at it as it being pegged to the traditional markets. Okay, look at it as an individual sort of chart out there and make your decisions based on the price action off of that. Because now think about it, anyone who was looking at the traditional space, and trading Bitcoin simultaneously and making their trade decisions on Bitcoin based on what NASDAQ was doing, based on what SPY was doing, well, they got left out of the entire move, right? So at that point, when I brought up that statement to Sean's like, he's like, stop. We were at the gym. He's like, just stop and hear yourself for just 1 second. He's like, does anything you just said make sense? And if you think about it, it doesn't make sense, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna check myself here. I'm gonna check myself here. I'm like, just follow the chart, just follow the TA. And at that point, you need to understand, when I brought up that statement, everything on the chart was saying that, hey, this is looking good. And I was looking for reasons to get bearish.
Yeah.
Think about it. Everything was looking good on Bitcoin, and I was actually actively looking for a reason to get bearish because of what SPY was doing, because of what NASDAQ was doing.
Yeah, just look at what Bitcoin is doing and then get bearish, right? Because the mistakes people made the biggest mistake we made in the previous market was we didn't get bearish enough when Bitcoin started showing us all the signs. We stopped being bullish, but we should have gone forgive my French, but balls deep on being super, super bearish. When we start losing, look at this. Right? When we start losing these levels here, lost a monthly 10 SMA, etc., etc. We should have been a lot more aggressive on short it all. I didn't do that. I should have gone short of Bitcoin instead of just not being bullish anymore. So this time around, I'm trying to fix that mindset and saying, wait, why did I not short Bitcoin? Because the macro scene, by the way, back then, the narrative was bullish. Everyone was still bullish. Dollar printing, they can never raise rates, debt is too high, if they raise, they will get wrecked, you'll never see rates go above 3% maximum, that's as most as they can go, blah, 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 blah. You hear all of that bullish macro narrative, bullish fundamentals, and it will stop you from following the TA. And while I protect myself by not being bullish, I could have made way more money by getting bearish. This time, we're not going to make the same mistakes. Get bullish if the chart's telling you to get bullish. Get bearish if the chart tells you to get bearish. Screw the fundamentals. Follow it for your own storytelling, for your own understanding and your learning, and follow it for the 10-year story. Follow it for the 5-year story. Don't make any fundamental decision on what you should do right now. Make your fundamental decisions on, I think Bitcoin's going to do really, really well in 5 to 10 years.
Yeah. That
is the thing you talk about. Minimum should be 6 months. Any fundamental decision based on anything less than 6 months, you're screwing yourself. Make it easy for yourself. Go 5 years out.
Yeah. I think it's something I brought up in the Sprouts program as well, right? Alina, sorry, what were you referring to? You're like, what's the last one? Can you speak more about the why for those of us who are learning?
Yeah,
I think we missed that one. What exactly was the topic of discussion?
Wolby was, I was not getting bearish enough for sure. And way I am to blame for that, right? I am to blame for that, and I will make sure I don't make the same I'll make new mistakes next cycle, guys. But I won't make the same mistake again, right? I'll make new mistakes. Indicators in the chart are most definitely where I need the most help. I only scalp due to my inability to see longer term moves. That's why I love this channel. Hey man, dude, that's what we do with the longer time frame moves. And we use indicators, man, because it keeps us objective. We can't move the indicator around, right? Yeah. I'll use diagonal lines, etc. as a secondary tool, a tertiary tool, but horizontals and indicators, you can't move them around. Those are objective. So you have objective indicators and subjective indicators come after that. Because it's all about protecting yourself. The wins and the money will come as a consequence of you protecting yourself. You find a fundamental, this is what I mean by your fundamental thesis should be 5 years out, right? Like fundamentally 5 years from now, I think Bitcoin's going to do fantastic, 200,000, 1 million, whatever. But in the interim, you use TA not to make money, but to protect yourself, right? Oh wait, Bitcoin's no longer doing well over here. I'm going to get out for now. I'm gonna wait, and now it's doing well again, right? That kind of mindset. And then the wins come as a consequence of knowing when to get out. Five Card says, this stream is invaluable to me right now. Glad to hear. Truly thank you. I will sign up for your course this weekend. He's gonna be a sproutling. Need to shuffle funds around.
Sprouts. What was it gonna?
Nah, man, I learned early that I'm responsible for my own decisions. Attaboy. Yeah, but I want to like also take responsibility for community.
I got a plan, guys. Let's identify the best bears and the best bulls in the community. Okay, it's because it's usually those people that will call out the reversal in the market. Now, I know for a fact that I'm a better bear than I'm a bull. And Sean is a better bull than he's a bear. So when the markets turn, I'm often saying that, Sean, you know, maybe something's off here, something broke here. But there's so much noise in that bull run frenzy, right? So it's very difficult at that point to even follow your analysis and follow your trader's intuition based on even, you know, your historic performance.
Krisha is the only one that took a shot on Luna and came on and said it on live stream, in front of everyone.
That was difficult.
It was a duo, right?
Yeah,
and she put the shot on, and we didn't know that was going to do that. We didn't know it was going to collapse to 0. We had no idea, but she put the trade on because that's what the TA told her to do.
Yeah, I mean,
that's where she's a better bear than I am. She'll put on the trade when she gets the bear trade when she gets super bearish.
Yeah, but also that trade was painful. It was a painful trade because I got in like 3 times. I was invalidated 3 times. So I actually took a loss on that trade 3 times.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay, before I took the trade one more time, I'm like, no, I'm just gonna stick to my guns here. Something broke on that chart. I'm sticking to my guns here. I'm gonna follow my TA. Okay, so I think about it. I took a loss 3 times on Luna before I actually caught the move to the downside. But even then, I could never anticipate 0. Like, no one knew what was happening on that chart, right? So I actually had my take profit level set in at, like, I believe $44. Yeah, $44, because I'm like, hey, you know, $44, that's a pretty decent target, right? But no, it freaking went to $44, hit the target, I got my profits, but then sup. And yeah, 0.
And, and you know what's really interesting, guys, is if you think about it, I totally forgot about the losses that she took before the winning trade. I only remember the win. And this is something you guys need to guard against when you go into the bull run and you hear people just talk about their wins all the time. No, you won't remember their losses, right? And they won't remember their losses either unless they're as, or rather they won't talk about it. They won't talk about it. And it's very easy to get caught in the mindset that, oh my God, Krisha got such a good trade. I need to go hunt for a trade too. I need to get something. Your biggest enemy in this next bull market is going to be your neighbors. Yeah. It's going to be your neighbors. Be careful. You're trading against yourself. You're not your neighbors.
Dave's like, why so much people hate ADA? Are they that blind? Dude, Dave, look at this chart. People have been sitting through like immense. They've been sitting through a bloodbath. You know, they don't hate it. They loved it so much that they sat through it all.
Julian's like, that was a legendary trade. We'll be talking about that for years to come. Yeah.
Yes. But I couldn't. A lot of people felt a lot of pain on Luna and UST to an extent where it became a bit of a sensitive topic to bring up just because of how many people lost big, like huge lump sums of money on that. So I felt bad to bring it up at certain points.
Kirwin is here. How's it going, buddy?
Oh man, Dave bought a house from ADA? That's insane.
Well done. Congratulations, man.
Reallocation of profits. Good for you. Alrighty.
I'm tired. Anything you guys want to... let's go and give you guys a quick breakdown on Cardano and Bitcoin on the dashboard. Remember the dashboard, when we first looked at Cardano, guys, the volatility was low across all the time frames, and now look at that. Returns are still, still subdued. I think this could do way more. But now we have bullish Ichimoku on the 4-hour, bullish Ichimoku on the 12-hour. You guys know that the 12-hour is my guide, right? Is my barometer for whether I should stay long or bullish. For this entire year, we've been using it as, okay, get out of your trade, enter your trade. Daily is long, 12 hours long since a day ago. We have bullish Ichimoku, but we have potential bearish divergence. So you guys can potentially use this. Go ahead and look at the chart. Potentially use this to look for a bid opportunity on a pullback. If you guys want another stream on Cardano tomorrow where we only talk about Cardano lower time frames, leave a comment down below. If we get enough comments, I'll do one. Daily long 2, volatility high. 2-day long 2, volatility high. This bullish, so bearish divergence over here. Considering this volatility, you think we see a pullback?
Yes.
Yes? You didn't even look at the chart. Let's go.
I mean, okay, I'm just now looking at the entire picture right now. Resistance.
Is it resistance?
Volatility
Oh yeah,
is
right.
super
It's your
high,
resistance. Okay,
right?
he knows the chart in the background.
Right, resistance, volatility is super high. We got, yeah, just based on that, you could potentially look for a better trade setup. I would not be jumping into a trade right here.
I wouldn't be short here for sure, but we do have bearish divergence, right? You guys can see that lower highs. Oops, where's this here? Right, lower highs on the RSI. We don't have lower highs on price. We have high highs on price, so there's your bearish divergence, not triggered yet. If we do start closing candles up underneath, no, you don't need to close, take out this low over here. A close would be better, around 31 cents. I'm looking for a retest of this level over here. What you want to guard against, guys, okay, let's say you get your bid of the zone, okay, this was the zone to take your trade, take your profits over here on Krisha's level. But let's say you get that rebid, okay, let's say you get that opportunity. Marin, if you're still here, you ask for a bid opportunity on Cardano, right? It would be the same trade over here, bearish divergence, right? Pull down into the bearish divergence trade, you buy it here, but you're going to guard against this. Guard against this head and shoulders formation, okay? Because that will break down.
I want to see a bit more buying interest step in even
I think we
earlier
bull
than
flag
the
here.
box.
I think we bull flag here and we keep going. I don't think that bearish divergence plays out. The bearish divergence only gets triggered if you close a candle underneath 31.
Yeah, take note of that for those of you trading Cardano.
Could bull flag here and keep going.
I would not be okay at coming back down to the blue box territory, honestly. I want to see buying. I want to see the buyer step in. I want to see that FOMO. I want to see people frothing at the mouth to get into to Cardano. At that point, that's strength. That will tell you that, hey, Cardano is likely going to start seeing continuation.
Yep. Link USDT quickly. Just give you guys a quick rundown on alts. Link holding up really, really well over here. Not seeing the continuation. Okay, so let's give you guys a quick rundown on Link. Link hit our take profit partials, take profit target over here. It's too messy here. Yeah, partial take profit over here. That's coming in around $11 to $12. Next target is $15. So that's Link. Let's go look at Link on the dashboard really quick. Remember, use your dashboard before your analysis, guys. That'll give you guys a quick idea of what's going on and what you need to be looking at, because you'll miss things, right? It's hard to go through all the important things that you should be looking at on the chart. That's why we created the dashboard for ourselves, so that we don't miss key things. Right off the bat, we're seeing over here bullish divergence on the 4-hour, bullish divergence on the 12-hour, low volatility on the 12-hour, no continuation towards the downside. We saw that on the chart. Bullish Ichimoku on the daily, bullish Ichimoku on the 2-day. This is a really good picture for our time frame short 1 hour ago. Bullish divergence though, bit opportunity. What else? CAS right over here, guys. Short on the 4-hour, volatility low, long the 12-hour, bullish divergence. This bullish Ichimoku, not divergence. Bullish divergence on the daily, long on the 2-day. This is a bit opportunity. I don't even need to look at the chart. What was your analysis? Was it that, or you think it comes down?
It's looking good. It's looking more bullish and it's looking bearish. I've given you guys levels for when the upside triggers, when the downside triggers. I think right now,
what you need to guard on CAS is this breaking down, this rising channel breaking down.
Look towards your 12-hour dynamic. Here's a tip. 12-hour dynamic. I go over the levels for the 12-hour dynamic, and I've posted it on my chart, so go ahead and check out, well, today's video that I posted, and you can get the levels from there. But that's going to give you the first tip. But so far, I mean, it's very, very aggressive. It's a very aggressive zone for KASPA.
Yeah, I like this is one of the strongest charts in crypto at the moment. All right, Dave says former buyers fill their bags. 5K says he's got a if you're Marin, if you're looking for like a much longer term trade, man, if you're looking for the 10x, you could start DCing in here, but it is resistance. So what would you do? Would you buy here if you're looking for a longer term trade, Krisha, and you're not in position? I think it was much easier to get in on those dips.
For Cardano, no, it's up, currently up for a long-term
I
trade.
say wait for it to cross 32 or wait for the pullback. That's what you do.
Okay, let's put it this way. Okay, long-term trade. Okay, what is your long-term? I'm talking about years. I'm talking about like at least 1 year.
I'm talking about the 10x.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, cycle. You're looking at the bull run. Okay, like this run up. All right, let's do that. If you're looking for a long-term position on Cardano here, you need to first understand, okay, where is that one zone that price has been getting supported at? And that comes in at around 24 cents, right? Oops, that's messy, but okay, fine. You guys get the picture. What is your downside risk? So from where price is at right now to 24 cents, that's a good 24% to the downside. Ask yourself, is that a move that you are willing to withstand on if you start building your long-term position right here? Okay, only if that's a yes, you can start building your long-term position right here. But it's about setting your expectations when it comes to your long-term trades. Don't just jump in willy-nilly and then, price actually gives you a pullback, say to the midpoint, 50% market, 27 cents, and you're there crying and looking to get out of your trade. Okay, don't do that. If you have to reduce your position size, then do that. Okay, maybe that's one way in which you can approach it. But you have taken the decision to not bid 24 cents. Okay, that's a decision that you took as well. You want to make a decision to jump in here for the long term, you need to be willing to sit through this drawdown on your long-term position. And also long-term position means I'm assuming that it's a spot position. You're not going to be taking leverage on that.
Yeah, no, you don't want to. You definitely don't want to leverage this, because guys, a 20% move against you on a leverage trade, if you're willing to for to come down against you there, 5x leverage, you're liquidated, right? 5x leverage on 20% move against you, you're liquidated, and that's a good way to look at it. By the way, guys, you look at your 20% move against you, you're like, okay, I'm building my position now, smallish. When you say smallish, you need to say, okay, it needs to be small enough that I can endure the 20% drawdown and still add being eager.
Yeah.
Right? All of those criteria need to hit. I need to add being eager. So how small can I go, knowing that I can be eager if it comes down, so feeling, oh my god, I'm too hurt. So let's say we're like, you know what? If I take a $200 loss, $200 drawdown, not a loss, drawdown, I'll be fine with that. I'll be adding eagerly anyways over there, right? So okay, you're like, okay, $200 is fine for me. So I'll buy $1,000 of Cardano here. It comes down, you lose only 200, or you draw down by only 200, 20%. Now you buy again another 1,000, okay? But now if you draw down further over here, you're like, I know I'm wrong immediately. So I'm not going to lose all that much. It's at 200 that you initially lose, and whatever you lose on the small drawdown here, 1%, 2%, whatever, right? So that's how you need to think about it. So that initial buy over here at resistance should be small enough that you can endure what you're comfortable with. This could be $2,000 for you. At that point, you can go $10,000, right? It depends on you.
Yeah, I will be covering that, by the way, in the Sprouts. I think that was a good recommendation by you. So yeah, props on that.
Okay, I'm tired, guys. I'm tired and I'm hungry. Fisher, any final thoughts?
No, that's all for today, guys. Happy trading, happy Friday. Hope you guys have an excellent weekend. And I hope your bags are green and you get up to green days and a green weekend and a green week and a green month and a green year, and you know how it all goes. And yeah, with this, guys, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Peace.
Let's end it. End it. Where's the end stream button?
He's so hungry.
I'm so hungry, guys. Alright, ciao.